live watching last night. We were watching together or forecasting the results over here of the presidential election. It's very likely that Donald Trump is going to win the 2024 presidential election over here. So let's share some thoughts within regards to just going on a short drive. And let's speak about this over here. We did a video last night, a live video, while they started counting the votes. And it looked likely it was going to win then, but now it's much more likely. So let's speak about this and discuss this at the moment on this fantastic Wednesday morning at the moment here from Israel. So what's the reaction from Israel? Israel was it was a busy day yesterday politically in Israel because the defense minister was replaced last night. So that sort of took some of the highlights away from the news. But it looks like President Donald Trump is going to win this election. Just it looks like he's some of the key states he has got in his favor, which is a massive, let's just say, advantage at this stage in time. So what has Trump done? Many people are elated in Israel. I think the vast majority of Israelis would have preferred a Trump premiership for Donald Trump to win in this election. And look, he's done a lot of good for Israel, you could say. He moved the embassy back in 2018, which was very much appreciated. Moved it to Jerusalem. All the presidents, they promised it, and he delivered it. President Trump did. That's the first thing he did. He recognized the Golan Heights. This was another major move he made during his tenure as the president in of himself. Also, we know the Abraham Accords. This was promoting peace and trade between Israel and other nations. He successfully has done that. He's been a good friend, I think, to the Jewish community. He's gone to events just over a few weeks ago. He went to the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the great Rebbe, his grave, and there was prayers over there. He visited the Kotel. He wore even a kippah in the Kotel. So I think it's there's a mood in Israel that he would be better. And it's actually interesting. We read the Torah portion every week, that everyone that's coming in. We're reading the portion of Lech Lecha in this week's Shabbat reading. And it's actually interesting. There's a blessing that is going to the nations that bless Israel, bless the children of Abraham. And we are the children of Abraham here in Israel. And he's been good for us. We should have a Hakarat Tov, we could say, especially during his previous tenure between 2016 to 2020. A lot of the moves that he made was he showed concern, friendship to Israel, was close with rabbis, and he recognized the embassy. And the question he posed, everybody, was America better off the last 4 years as a state? So I think a lot of rabbis, 50 rabbis came in before the election and unequivocally wrote a letter of support for Donald Trump. If you recollect, we actually spoke about that, a video within regards to that. I think before that, 33 rabbis had given favor for Kamala Harris. Many people would have argued that they weren't necessarily Orthodox rabbis. All the people, I'm not here to judge, I'm just stating what was people were arguing within regards to the initial letter. But 50 very recognizable Orthodox prominent rabbis came in support for Trump. And I bet he got endorsements from various communities in America, Jewish communities, whether it was Hasidic community, the Chabad community, Lubavitch in of itself, let's just say Lithuanian rabbis, people that will adhere to Lithuanian rabbanim, and a lot of Spanish Sephardi rabbanim went with Trump, endorsed Trump. A lot of Northern African Mizrahi rabbanim also endorsed Trump, and there was various different national religious modern Orthodox rabbis that also did back Trump. So he came with overwhelming Orthodox Jewish support. What still astounds me, they say that the figures of the Jewish voters in America was quite higher for the Harris camp, which surprises me, because if you factor in Chabad, all the Sephardi communities, that majority would have voted for her, the Hasidic communities, and let's say the yeshiva oriented communities, that was I must say that was surprising, that still. But I spoke to various modern Orthodox Jewish people, and some of them abstained because they didn't necessarily want to vote for Trump, but they couldn't vote for Harris, they felt. And so nearly everyone I spoke to was either backing or hoping for a Donald Trump premiership, and it looks like he's going to win. It looks very, very likely now at this stage in time that he is going to be victorious, and he will be the next president of America. I believe originally he was the 45th president This was initially, and now naturally he is going to. It seems like he has won this election. Very, very likely. I think the bookies aren't giving even odds at the moment because that's how likely it is. So now, will he be good for the Jewish people and Israel? Now, look, his track record is good, but we've got to pray also that he will be good. Just relying on him, we've got to remember also another thing: he is not the Moshiach, even though he might be seemingly potentially a better president for Israel than maybe Kamala Harris would be. That's in many people's opinions. We still have to pray for it. You know, it's not, we can't just rely on man. At the end of the day, it's God. Hashem is always in the equation over here. We've got to recognize Hashem has appointed the leaders. We have to hope that Hashem is going to put in them the right decisions to make for the Jewish people, for Am Yisrael, and we hope he's going to be good for Israel, for the Jewish nation, also for the world in a whole, the whole of humanity. We want there to be blessings for. That is one thing we have to state for sure. Over here. Oh, perfect. See, I'm driving, talking, and I get the perfect parking space also. So that's thanks to you listeners, maybe because I am having God in mind with these elections, and I'm mentioning that God is great. God has given me a good parking space. Sorry about the noise over here. This car I'm renting, and it just keeps making a noise when I reverse for some reason. Okay, I'm just parking. I'm being careful. What else can we say about the elections here? Some more thoughts, yeah. So that is positive. That's positive news. Now, what of Kamala Harris? Look, it's not over yet. I think there's still a minute chance that it could change. I remember actually in the last election, if I recollect, Trump looked very likely to win. And I think even among the bookies, he had like a 90% chance of winning. And at the end, he didn't win. So you never know what can happen also still. But it looks very likely he will win over here, which is which definitely I think the majority of Israelis will want over here. Everyone tuning in live, last night we had on the live stream, we did about a 50-minute video last night. We had more than about 4,500 people that watched live. It was like a record. I never had so many people. We've had about 1,000 people when I've done some different Torah classes, but last night was something else. So I urged everyone last night, subscribe to the channel over here, because on this channel, friends, we are a Jewish channel learning Torah wisdom, Parsha wisdom, Shabbat wisdom, learning about great rabbis, learning about the Talmud every single day, a daily Daf Yomi tidbit, and learning many, many different important things. What's that about? I'm just going to leave this here, and I'll walk and talk, as they say. Over here, wow. Well, I'm actually recording this live from Bet Shemesh in Israel. I get my other phone. As well continue talking about this. Nothing beats in real-time speaking. It's always fun. I'm in the city of Bet Shemesh over here. Just if any guys of you, I've probably got a total global audience here. Nothing beats being in the land of Israel over here, and we hope that whoever the president will be, whoever the leaders will be all over the world, will be good for humanity and good for Israel. It did worry me if Harris will win, especially many people in England, especially the Jewish community, was worried once the Labour Party was elected in England, albeit before the election they made, let's just say, some measurements against anti-Semitism. I mean, to combat it, they haven't been that great for Israel, I feel, and many other people feel also. So that would have been a worrying if it would have been a Harris and the current Labour Party in England, an alliance over there. But look, we never know what happens at the end of the day. We've got to recognise one thing, that Hashem is in charge of everything. God is in front of everything. He's in charge of everything. He appoints. We're all just characters inside this world, and Hashem dictates everything Hashem wants something to go good for a nation, Hashem can instruct it. But we do have some degree of power on how it turns out, because we can, as a Jewish nation ourselves, we've got 613 mitzvot that we keep. If we keep these mitzvot, Hashem brings a lot of blessing. But the other nations, they've got 7, let's say, commandments and Noahide laws to keep properly. And they also get rewarded for keeping these 7 commandments. But as I said before, in this week's Sabbath portion, the Shabbat portion itself, of Parshat Lech Lecha, it states clearly to Abraham and his descendants that those who bless you will be blessed. And that's so important. And so, let's say that Trump did do a lot for Israel during 2016 to 2020. So he's now seemingly been given another run as a president. Seemingly, it's not all official yet. It's just extremely, extremely likely. Over here. Yeah, so I'm just in the city of Bet Shemesh. What does Bet Shemesh mean, friends? Bet Shemesh means a house of the sun. It's actually a very biblical city. If you guys, you're watching this channel over here, I've done loads of videos. I tour all over Israel, and I've toured all over this city of Bet Shemesh over here, different sites. There's a lot of biblical sites here. It's a beautiful city. I like to go around Jerusalem. I like to go to different Torah synagogues, see the beauty about the country. That's what I do. And yeah, it's interesting. Also, on a daily basis, I try and get a different rabbi, different spiritual, let's say Jewish figurehead, to give over a word or two of inspiration each and every day, which to inspire the throngs of people, which I feel is very important. Over here. Also, friends, it happened to be my birthday today, so happy birthday to me. As I say, let's see some scenes of this, let's say, shopping area over here. This in the city of Bet Shemesh. It's like the Merkaz area. Over here. Friends, wishing you all a great day. Over here. Let's hope everything will be good for humanity and for the world. Just check the time at the moment.